It's the NFL on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes your way next.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, this is one that defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
And when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend two plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that is called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous, and it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
And I'm not sure I enjoy watching any quarterback in the league more than I enjoy watching Josh Allen. I mean, he's a bit of a throwback in terms of his play style. I mean, he's just as likely to throw a 65-yard bomb for a touchdown as he is in 4th and short to run over the middle linebacker. I mean, he plays with such a hard, aggressive style. There's not a lot of guys built like him, Mike, and tell you what, he's a blast to watch.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Allen working from the pistol. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Play action. It's Allen. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Throwing now. Allen here on first down. This is intercepted. Picked off by their rookie first-round pick. And the Eagles are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
And these are the types of plays they envisioned when they invested a first-round pick on this defensive back just a few months ago. I mean, he's entered the league, Mike, with a reputation for having almost offensive wide receiver-type ball skills. And those ball skills were certainly on full display that time.
So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
To throw on second down is Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball is going to go.
Here's 2nd and 6. Now Hurts. That's taken in by Brown. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That's over the middle, complete to Brown.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Hurts will try it again. Got his man at the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead. Score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's to the left side, and taken in by Coleman. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Allen, going to give it to Cook. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Tackle there by Jalen Hunt. Once again, it's Cook. Wow! And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He pulls it in around the 5.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got his big tight end. Dawson Knox. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Avery Williams on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On 2nd down, Hurts. The throw on the run is complete. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
To the air again, Hurts. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he's in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On play action, Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
On first down, it's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. One quarter in the books. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Again, it's Allen to the air. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense sets to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught, Saquon Barkley. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Hurts looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Offense is so good.
He's taken down just shy of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Hurts again. A pass caught by Saquon. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Again, Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Hurts will try it again. His throw left side is complete. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. As you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Man in motion is Smith. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
After making the field goal, he'll send this one away. Davis now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
2nd and a yard. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the gun, it's Allen. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. They send the tight end in motion. Allen going to throw again. He's got that complete to Knox. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Throwing again, it's Allen. This is caught at the 2. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Here's Cook. Powering forward. He's in. James Cook. Touchdown, Bills. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now Bass to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bills are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. To kick it off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. First and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On 1st down, it's Hurts. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Hurts to the air on first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Hurts working in the pistol. That's complete. Kylen Granson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Off the play fake, Hurts. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
Field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And he's got it at the 1. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Before we go back to this game, I just wanted to read you guys the Week 14 awards. The player of the week is Kyler Murray, quarterback. Offensive player of the week, tight end, Grant Calcaterra. Defensive player of the week, Cooper DeJean. Offense of the week, the Philadelphia Eagles. Defense of the week, the Los Angeles Rams. Game of the week, Cardinals at Cowboys. Play of the week, Kyler Murray's Hail Mary for the game winner. And team of the week, the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. We've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Pass downfield is caught by Brown. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9. Slot man in motion left. From the gun, Josh Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. They'll try and run here with Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
He runs with it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Here's 1st and 10. They motion the slot man left. They'll throw on first down with Allen. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Man in motion, heading left. Allen to throw. They go right back to Coleman. He's got it again. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. To throw is Allen. That one caught. It's Knox, the tight end. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for a Bills first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Throwing is Allen. Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. Inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
The Eagles offense and the veteran A.J. Brown make their way back out. And now, after the quick change, following the interception and the return, they're going to try to pay it off with 6. It is 1st down and goal. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he's not going to get away. They'll stop him back at the 3.
That 1st and goal sack now changes everything defensively, Mike. You imagine that you're in a 4-down territory where the offense is going to try to take advantage of the field position and punch it in over the goal line. Now, can you hold up on 2nd and 3rd down and come away with forcing a field goal, which in this situation, I think is a huge win.
Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. To throw is Hurts. And he's got another one. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
To kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bills offense ready for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They face 2nd down and 7. They send him right out of the slot. Now it's Allen. A pass caught right side by Coleman.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his 1st read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 3rd down, they go with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
The Bills bringing on the punt team. And they'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
On first down, it's Hurts. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They'll run it here with Saquon. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll run with the Clemson product. This is Will Shipley. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here, they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
To the outside, catch made by Brown.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for another Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. A pickup there of 13. Good for an Eagles first down.
That's good for an Eagles.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. To throw is Hurts. He's got it inside the 5. And he will score again. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game. That is 1 behind the single-game NFL record. It's up and good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead. And they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Allen. There's that man again. Another catch. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. A throw on the move is caught. That's 11 yards again, 2 plays in a row. And another 1st down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
On 1st down, it's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Slot receiver headed right. Throwing again, it's Allen. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. They'll go play action here with Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
So now they'll pitch it out here. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Eagles offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. A 3 tight end look. On the ground, this is Shipley. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Once again, they'll give it to Shipley. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Here's a 3rd and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. In motion, that's the tight end, Granson. Another carry here for Shipley. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Barkley. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. The Bills offense and running back James Cook making their way out. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. 1st and 10. From the gun, Josh Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills are able to edge a bit closer. Out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The home team's offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings us 2nd and 3.
So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.